Thank you guys for tuning in to another video. Today we have a 2023 Honda Civic Touring in Sonic Gray Pearl, and this one is the sedan. This color combination is not too common on the Touring, in my opinion. I don't see too many Sonic Gray Touring. I see this color a lot on the Sport. Yeah, because that's like the most popular trim level out of the lineup. Personally, if I have to choose a sedan, minus the SI, I will go with a Touring because coming from an EX to a Touring is a big jump in technology. Let's start with the front of the vehicle. So you do have full LEDs, high beam, low beam, turn signals, daytime running lights, and LED fog lights. On the new HRV, Accord, CRV, there's no fog lights. So if you still want fog lights, you can get it on the Civic. But on the EX and the Sport and the LX sedan, you can't get fog lights. Even the SI, no fog lights. So if you want fog lights, you have to get a Touring. On the lower portion here, since we're already down here, you have flat black around the fog lights, flat black lower portion of the grille, flat black on the grille itself, and it's a different design from the hatchback because the hatchback has a different like styling grille, and also you don't have that forehead like right here I was telling you guys on the hatchback. So different design. That's how you can tell from a hatchback to a sedan from up front. This one is a little dirty, so you can see what it looks like dirty, give you a good representation of how your car might look, because it's so hard to keep your car clean out here in New Mexico. I'm sure you guys are familiar with Honda's design Q, longer hood from the previous 10th gen generation, wider windshield, slimmer A-pillars. They've updated Honda sensing. The camera is now a lot wider, and you see these little dots in the windshield because you have rain sensing windshield wipers on their Touring. Also on the wipers themselves, you don't have the nozzle that sprays the water like on the hood or underneath the hood. It sprays exactly on the wiper itself. So it sprays in front of the wiper and then wipe. So interesting design Honda went with. Coming down to the wheels, so these are all season wheels, all season tires, all season wheels, and these are 235 40 18s. So the Touring get a unique design with its wheels, Sport get a unique design, and I believe LX get hubcaps, and EX get its own design as well in the sedan. And you can come up here to the side mirrors. You can see its body color on the top of the mirror. Below is flat black, so no gloss black, and the mirror sits a lot lower on the door instead of it being on the corner to help with visibility. And the Touring will give you LED turn signals in the side mirrors. And just looking on the side, you have some chrome above the window, flat black below the window. Door handles is body colored. You get little angles on here. It's not as angular as the previous Civic. Honda went with a more toned down, chill look, and they're trying to get, aim for older crowds, not just younger customers. If that makes sense. So you can see here, you have a little body line down here, but not too much going on. Got that crease coming from the front of the car all the way to the rear. You do have capless fuel filler as well. So no gas cap, it's built in on the door itself. And coming along to the rear, this is another difference from the hatchback. Taillights is completely different. You don't have that slopish look that the hatchback has, and the hatchback is shorter in the rear than the sedan. Now you do have combination tail lights, so your brake lights and just your regular normal lights are LED, but your turn signals look like the regular bulb, and reverse light look like the regular bulb, but your third brake light is LED. And you do have your shark fin antenna and it's body color, so that's Sonic Gray as well. Love the color. Parking sensors in the rear. You have parking sensors in the front too. Forgot to mention that. And you just got chrome Civic, chrome H, and Touring chrome. You can get all of that blacked out if you wanted to. And no exposed exhaust like the Sport. So you do get the dual exhaust because once you get the 1.5 turbo, you get the dual exhaust. So EX and EX and Touring is going to get the dual exhaust. The Sport has the exposed exhaust so you can see it, and then the LX has a single exhaust. Before we jump into the Civic, this is the key. You guys should be familiar with this key. There's no memory seats on the Civic, so you won't have a numbered key on the back, but you have lock, unlock, remote start. You can pop the trunk, and you can hit the panic button too, just in case you lose your vehicle. Also, I know there's a chip shortage, and some of these vehicles, especially Civics, are coming in with blind spot, without blind spot. So far, I haven't received any Touring without blind spot. I saw a comment, someone said that they had a Touring without blind spot, but I don't know how that's possible because I haven't received any and I haven't seen any. But you're supposed to have blind spot when you get a Touring, so just gotta look into that. So this does have smart entry. So if you tap the door handle, it'll lock it, and you put your hand in there, unlock for you, so you can get in there. And the Sonic Gray only comes with black interior, so if you don't like black interior, you're not gonna like Sonic Gray pretty much. Let's start off with the door. So you have auto up down for the driver and passenger. So you can see it up here. You hold it for the rear. I like this design that they have here. Instead of using flat black, they use some type of, this is in the center too. I'm gonna show you guys. I actually like this. Power locks, power mirrors. I like this like aluminum look finish too on the door handle. It's actually pretty cool. A little gloss black here, not too much. It's okay. Door handle, door like your arm pad, your arm. I don't know what to call this thing. Your arm rest. There we go. I just lost it. Soft. Top portion up here is soft. You got, I don't know if it's real stitching, but it looks nice. That's how your trunk releases right there. You got some storage in here. You can put a, not a big bottle of water, but you can put a bottle of water with some additional storage in there. Got your speakers. And coming onto the seats, driver's seat will be power. So you got front and back, up and down, and you can tilt this portion up and down, and you can tilt your back forward and back. On the passenger seat, you have forward and back, no up and down, and just your back piece can go forward and back. So no lumbar support. You're gonna have to get Integra if you want lumbar support. So let's jump in here. Before we start cooking, if you use the remote start before you get into the Civic, that does help with interior, like temperature, if you're worried about black interior. But the Civic doesn't have the new design language that the Accord and HRV and even the Pilot has, even though those vehicles started from this and then kind of updated. So you still got a lot of buttons over here, like your parking sensors. Let me zoom in there, show you guys. You have your traction control and then a shortcut right there, shortcut to your safety features. On the newer cars now, they move all of those to the menu over here. And speaking of the screen over here, you have a 10-inch driver interface screen, and they're customizable. If you want this 10-inch screen, you have to get on Touring. If you get a EXL, like hatchback, or EX Sedan, or Sport, or any of the LXs, you will have the half digital, half analog. So if you want the screen, then you're gonna have to get yourself a Touring. Looking on this side over here, you have auto, high beams, on and off, auto headlights, parking lights, and just on, and your fog light switch is there. Wiper switches over here. You do have the rain sensing windshield wipers like I showed you. So you have off, auto, low, and high. And then coming on the steering wheel, you have next track, previous, volume. This wheel will control the screen. And I've done most of the Honda, so you should be really familiar with the steering wheel. You do have voice command as well. And over here is going to be most of your cruise control, adaptive Honda sensing features as well. And then you do have power shifters in the back, so you have minus and plus. So you don't have an automatic transmission in this, but you can have like virtual gears where you can actually shift and feel like you're shifting if you wanted to. And let's take a look at this left screen. So the wheel over here is going to be mostly for your sources. So you have FM, you have phone, you have AM. You can customize it. You have apps. So I think that's Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Bluetooth, USB. So it makes it basically, if you want to quickly switch your sources, this right wheel over here is going to control this right side, and then this is pretty much going to show customized display, all your safety features. So you can see your road departure mitigation, your blind spot, low speed braking, your collision mitigation braking system, and that's pretty much it. And then you can keep scrolling, oil life, who got the seatbelt on, or you're awake at the drive, navigation. If you put a destination in there, and I believe you're using Apple CarPlay, it will show you turn-by-turn direction. I'm not sure with Android Auto. Maybe for 23 they updated that, but when I had my 22, it was just Apple CarPlay. Well, I'm lying. I never had an Android, so I never even used that. But engine speed and range and fuel, and that's probably what you're going to have, or you're going to have nothing shown over there. And this is where you switch from miles per hour to kilometers. So let's zoom back out of here. Cruise control over here, cancel, resume, set. This is to control your adaptive cruise control, so you can set the distance. So if you turn that guy on, see a little car pop up there. You can see the little Civic pop up there too. And I like the Honda added this where press the brake is on, signal, you turn on your headlights is on. It's actually pretty cool. But when you're using the Honda sensing, let's say you use the lane keep assist, it'll show lanes on the side and show you if it sees the lane. But this is how you adjust the distance from the car that's in front of you, so you can have far, mild, nearest, and the furthest as well too, which is pretty cool. This is for the lane keep assist, so you turn that on and then it'll keep you centered in your lane. And really cool. Steering wheel is leather wrapped. You get some white stitching in the middle. You get the same material from the door handle right here. I like this. And a little gloss black. Like, a little gloss black is okay. I just hate when there's like a bunch of gloss black. And speaking of gloss black, when you come to the center console here, first you're going to see this new mesh style here, and it's surrounded by gloss black. I don't like it because it'll get dusty fast, but it's okay. At least the whole thing is not gloss black. And the vents do sit behind this little design. And the vents don't go all the way across. It's wherever you see these knobs, there's a vent behind it, and then there's nothing, and then vent over there. Coming up to the touchscreen display. So this is the 9-inch, and if you want this display in the Civic Sedan, you can't get an EX, you can't get an Sport, and you can't get an LX. You have to get a Touring to get the bigger display. And once you get the bigger display, you have wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, built-in navigation. I believe satellite radio is standard on Touring now. I think they took it away from the EX. We're gonna double check that when we look at the brochure. FM, Bluetooth audio, but the wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto come in handy. When Shelly and I had our 22 Touring, we love that feature. They change up the menu so you can see you have pictures and kind of just, it's just super cool. I like how it looks. And then you do have AM tucked away back here, Honda Link, smart shortcuts, display mode, but you're probably going to be using just the main screen, the first screen. And you do have physical buttons, so you have a physical home here, you have a back key here, volume, seek, so next track, previous track, and there's shortcuts down here that you can grab an app and pretty much bring it down there, and then it'll save down there. So if I put Sirius right there, it'll save down there, and now you have Sirius down there. So that's pretty cool. On the last Honda Link, the shortcuts were on the top, so I guess everyone preferred at the bottom. I don't know, but Honda changed it. Coming along down here, you have your climate control, so you have heated seats, high, medium, and low for the driver. Same thing for the passenger. No cooling seats, and there's no heated rear seats either. The 10 Gen Touring had heated rear seats, so I don't know why the 11 Gen doesn't, but whatever. Dual zone climate control, and driver and passenger can have 2 different temperatures if they wanted to. So you turn sync off, that person gets on fire, and this person freeze, however you want it. And then you have auto climate control too, which just comes in handy if you use that. And you have your circulation, your modes, front defrost, heated side mirrors, and heated back glass, AC on and off. Come along down here to your connections. You do have 2 USB A's, no USB C's back in the front back here. Just 2 USB A's, power outlet. You do get a wireless phone charger, leather shift knob, park, reverse, neutral drive. You do have drive modes, so if you toggle it, you have sport, normal, and econ. So that's pretty cool. This is turn off the auto stop feature. If this thing could focus, there we go. You have electronic parking brake and brake hold. So when you're in drive and you turn on brake hold, the car will hold the brake while you're in drive. You can take your foot off the brakes and it will hold your brake. It's a really cool feature. Brake lights will be on and everything. Cup holders here. So this is the material I was telling you about that they use more of from the window switches over here, and I really like it. I'm glad they didn't use the gloss black. And then you have your glove box here and normal glove box. And then you can see the seat design over here in the passenger seat, perforated leather in the middle. Comfortable. We went a lot of road trips when we had our Civic, so you guys are gonna love this. Bose sound system. It's a 12-speaker sound system. It sounds nice. Sounds really good compared to the 10 gens Civic speakers in the Touring. And coming up here, you do have HomeLink built in. On the Accord and the CR-V, HomeLink is not standard. You have to add it as an accessory. It's still standard on the Civic. So the Civic doesn't have all the new stuff it has a lot of new stuff, but there's a lot of changes that Honda made with CR-V, HR-V, and Accord that the Civic doesn't have. So you have auto dimming rear view mirror too, and you do have LED lighting, and you do have a power moonroof, no panoramic roof. Sunglass holder up here as well. That's important because some models don't come with a sunglass holder, which is interesting. And then you do have your vanity mirror here, which your light is not LED, but at least you get a light. I think the passengers should get a light too, yep. And then we're gonna jump into the rear seats. That's how wide the rear doors open. And then you get back here. The leather seats follow along on the door over here. That's actually a slight soft touch back here, but not as soft as the front, and that's not as soft either. You get the gloss black still back here, same design on the door handle. You have the window switch as well with the same material that I love. Tweeters on the door, speakers down here. You have one mat pocket behind the passenger seat, no mat pocket behind this seat. So you just get one, and you get 2 USB A's, and no air vent back here too. So none of the models have air vents. You can see the cockpit again. Like I said, this was a very nice upgrade from the 10th gen because it just became more premium. You have an armrest with a cup holder too. And that's pretty much it back here. Nothing too crazy. Headliner is gray. You know, Honda doesn't do one color. Some of the models actually they've been doing it, but this is just a Honda thing where one feature the Touring have that all the Accords get now is when you push the button, it opens all the way. Now that's only on the Touring. If you get anything below this, it'll pop open, but it won't open all the way. But on all the Accords though, it pop open because there's a strut. And you coming back here, you have a cargo tray. This one has a cargo tray. You won't get the standard, you can add this. And what I love about this cargo tray is there's dividers you can buy to kind of organize your storage. But this is the carpet mat your Civic will have, and then you have your tools down here. And the seats do split, so you can split this side or just that side. You have the levers up here, which is pretty cool. And it doesn't come with the grocery hooks like the Accord does, so be mindful of that. But before we jump to the brochure, I want to show you guys the backup camera. I actually forgot to show you guys that. So no 360, but you do have a multi-angle backup camera. So wide angle, normal, and top down. So with the wide angle, see how I can see all these cars down this road here? This is how a normal camera look, and I just see that one car. So actually pretty cool. You have cross traffic here. So if someone is coming from this way or this way, it'll beep and alert you and let you know there's a car coming. And you can make it smaller where you view a top view of the car and see how close you are to anything too, which is pretty cool. And then you have your brightness as well. We are back on the trim walk of the 2023 Honda Civic. And here's all the trim levels here. You have LX, EX, Sport, Touring, like I said before, but today we're focusing on the Touring. So, first thing to notice is on the, where's my mouse? The Touring adds or replace features from the EX. So it's an upgrade from the EX, has everything the EX has, and then some. So Honda puts on here the continuous, so the CVT transmission with paddle shifters, your 3-mode drive system, leather trim seats, because if you want leather in a Civic sedan, Touring's the only model to get it. If you get an LX, it's cloth. If you get a Sport, it's leather on the outside, but cloth in the inside, but mostly cloth. If you get EX, it's cloth. So leather is the way to go. You do get a power driver seat, 8-way power adjustment. So if you get an EX, the seats are manual. If you get a Sport, the seats are manual. If you get an LX, the seats are manual. The 10 Gen Civic, I believe the EX seats were manual, and that only started, I think, when they refreshed it back in 19. I could be wrong. But I know now, if you want power seats, you have to get a Touring. So pretty interesting. And then the 10.2-inch driver information interface. So the screen in front of you, I said it was 10 inches to be exact, is 10.2, only in the Touring. And the 9-inch color touchscreen with volume knob, customizable settings. So the touchscreen display, only in the Touring or Sport Touring. Same thing with the Bose sound system, the 12-speaker sound system with a subwoofer, premium sound, only in the Touring. They moved up Sirius radio to Touring. I don't know why, but they did. And on the new Accord, you can't even get Sirius built in the car anyways. You have to use like Apple CarPlay, something like that. So I think Sirius is like on its way out, which is why they moved it up to the Touring. That's just my guess. HD radio too. I don't know why. You should have at least have that on the EX, but it's only in the Touring. And then the wireless phone charger, only in the Touring. Wireless Apple CarPlay, only in the Touring. Wireless Android Auto, only in the Touring. So this is why in the beginning of the video I said that I would choose a Touring, even though technically I had, well, not technically, I had a Touring and we traded in for an RDX. But going from the EX to this, like, look all the tech in here. The previous Civic, or no Civic before, had all of this tech in the Touring. Like the Touring in the 10th gen, what you really paid for was LED, full LED headlights, heated back seats, and like wireless phone charger, I think, like, and the rain sensing windshield wiper. Like, it wasn't a huge jump from EXL to Touring in the 10th gen. Now for the 11th gen, it is. So you have the auto dimming rear view mirror, you have the home link remote system, you have the rain sensing windshield wipers, you have the body color power side, yeah, whatever, black accent LED headlights. Oh, okay. Yeah, so the housing in the headlights are black. I didn't mention that in the video, but that's cool. The fog lights only on the Touring. Like, this is crazy. Parking sensors front and back only in the Touring. Low speed braking control only in the Touring. The blind spot monitoring information system. So see how it doesn't say available? So like let's jump to an EX. See this how the EX right here says available blind spot, but on the Touring it says blind spot because the Touring is supposed to have it. So I can't remember who commented saying that, but they said that they saw a Touring with no blind spot. I mean, until I see one, no. Anyways, next thing, cross traffic monitoring. That's you get cross traffic if you get a model with blind spot. So actually, do you get cross traffic if you get a model with blind spot on the EX? I think you should. Huh. That's something. Drop a comment below if you know, because I'm sure this is something I should know, but I just can't remember right now. But the passenger seats power only in the Touring. Built-in navigation system only in the Touring. So you get the 18-inch alloy wheels. So I think the Sport get 18s and the Touring get 18s. The LX gets 17s. No, the LX gets 16s and then the EX gets 17s. Like, very confusing. And the Sport get 18s. Yeah, so 16s on the LX with hubcaps. You get 18s on the Sport. Then you go back down to 17s on the EX. And then you go to 18s on the Touring. Now, because the EX get 17s, I think the ride on the EX is a little bit more smoother because you get more tire wall and less of a rim versus the Sport and the Touring. And the LX too, since the LX get the 16s. I wonder, do they even tell you? Yeah, these are 215s on the LX. The EX is 215s as well. And the Sport, where are you? There you go. Or 235. So the tires are much wider on the Sport versus the LX and EX, and on the Touring, I think it's 235 as well. Yeah, 235. So something to keep in mind. Second row USB ports in the back, only in the Touring. Now I'm very interested to see what accessories you can add because the Touring just look much stuff. Look over this. This is crazy, insane. Let's jump into building one. All right, we're on Honda's website. Here's all of the trim levels. Now, it's an interesting jump, especially going from Sport to EX. It's a really close in price, and the EX is giving you turbo engine, a moonroof, blind spot monitoring, heated seats. Like the EX is, I'll say the EX is the real value, but when it comes to just having the latest tech, Touring is the way to go. If you want fully loaded Touring, is the way to go. But the EX got a good value in it. But let's jump into the Touring. Oh, I don't know why I always do that. Oh, I did it in another car too. I forgot what car that was. But here's all the colors here. Actually, let's go back to the powertrain before I get to the colors. Let's show you guys the 1.5 turbo. So it's only in the EX and Touring. So you know, if you get an LX or Sport, get the 2-liter, no turbo. And the Touring is giving you 31 city, 38 highway, 34 combined, which is crazy on gas mileage. It was actually pretty good when we had ours. So color-wise, you have Asian blue, which is a brighter blue. You have crystal black pearl, lunar silver, meteorite gray metallic, rally red, which is a real red, morning mist metallic. I've seen this color twice. I had one Touring, and I think I had one EXL or something like, or EX or something like that. I only have 2 of these colors, and that was back in 22 when these Civics first came out. Like the first batch of Civics we got, I think one of them was a morning mist color, and then a second truck of Civics, we got another morning mist, and then that was it. So, interesting color. If I don't know if I'm gonna get one, but if I see one again, I'll do like a short or something on it so you guys can see the color, or you can just Google it. Platinum white pearl, or your dealership may have one. I don't know. And then you have Sonic Gray Pearl. So Sonic Gray Pearl is what we're looking at now. So I think most of the interior color is going to be black. Like Asian blue is black. I think black is black. Silver is black. I think white is the only color you could choose the interior option. Oh, or gray. So you can get gray interior, like gray leather or black leather with gray. Red is black only. Morning mist is black only. White, you can get gray or black as well. And then Sonic Gray is black only. So, interesting. And let's just kind of break it down. So base price is $30,350 plus the premium color, because actually morning mist, white, and sonic gray is $455 more. Forgot to mention that. Back to the price. You have your destination handling. You're looking around 31,900, and you get the 2-year Honda Service Pass that comes standard on 23s now. Now I know I'm showing MSRP. Your dealership probably has a markup on the car. They add accessories, all the good stuff. Just do some shopping. You should be able to find one at MSRP. If you could find one below MSRP, that would be crazy, because dealerships shouldn't have to sell their cars on MSRP. They don't have no cars. So I don't know why you're selling under MSRP. But hey, if you can get that deal, you can get that deal. So let's jump into accessories. Actually, so packages. Okay, let's jump to accessories. I just want to go straight to the interior, because the touring is pretty loaded. So yeah, you can't really add much on the touring. You have engine block heater. Of course, you can do some aesthetics, HPD package, things like that. But pretty interesting. But I'm gonna end everything here. I hope I pretty much covered most of the stuff of the touring. My personal favorite, minus the SI. This is something I will go with. If it's so funny I'm saying that, because I had one. But yeah, we got that. We got the touring for a reason. And it's just a good package. Like, overall, it's a good car. If you already put a deposit on one, or you just bought one, or you're planning on buying one, you're gonna love that car, because it's just a good car. You get a lot of car for the money. It's a huge value. It's just really nice. But Honda, I don't know for 24 if it's gonna change, but for 22 and 23, I know they haven't been making a lot of tourings, because since they come standard with the blind spot, they can't make a lot. That's why the EXs and is it just EX, right? Yeah, EX and EXL, they're making some with blind spots, some without it, because I don't know if they figure out this whole chip shortage thing. But we're gonna have to see on the 24, see how it is, see if they're still gonna continue making them with no blind spot. I have CRVs, like I think all my 24 CRVs have blind spot. I mean, besides the ones that don't come with it, like which is the LX, and I think that's it. But I don't see any models coming in without blind spots. So let's see for 24 in the Civic if this is something that they figured out, or I don't know. But if you enjoyed the video, make sure you like it. Drop a comment below. Give me a feedback. Do you like Sonic Gray? What color do you like? What color did you get? Why you didn't get the Civic? I want to know what you didn't like about the Civic. Drop a comment below. I love the chat. I'm gonna end everything here. Thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next walk around.